Yo, Hanaja for Yamana Kwaba by Hana Jumezi. Jumeza, yes, Yazabawa Quim, Ayatson Zen, the bitter truth, no quarry Jumezi, no quarry Jumezi. Ono na Ndesonyamia Yadoma, Yazabawa Quim. Kaida Penifos no quarry, Mekaya Kanahona Baka, no quarry Yabaka. So Yabaka ya Oya, the former chief executive officer for National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program under Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo. Ora Kofi Ofosu Nkansah kotsana sumpa TV do na odu sumbu ze abo abane numu binum edwumayafo appointees de were tonton oye aban scholarship was de was bua ehia fomba mo wonso onya konya okojintitse wo adesua bia nanan oya the former CEO for National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program Kofi Ofosu Nkansah kotsena radio do kade onyim NDC members government appointees warutuntan oya scholarship the amabinum mo osi honora onyim binum awa to be from this current government appointees war na in his excellency John Dramani Mahama no wa kwentum not say the masami were ready donor pay normal directives there one yan hwehwemfa asama papa yi wakaka monam do Emma National Investigation Bureau atunsa afre oye Kofi Ofosu Nkansah da omobua ma wonye hwehwem asama okaka ne NBC John Dramani Mahama na appointee so nyim ho ne de waton scholarship zam MPP fo binum anaga na fo binum ma wode tukon wo school ninen omba mba chechirem wore jinche chiremu inche chiremu yeru chechirem NIB atun safran okwai ojan wotun safran bio ni no ekokolala ma wakodwe no kwe na ono ana na lawyer na namreke kansa muhumbi kasa biora kasa jisu morobo the executive secretary for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na omampiyina Nkansah really yepede yeko yeketi yema wakonya na ite asama bashe begonyo ye mbenyini zama Kofi Ofosu Nkansah no reckless scholarship for sale allegation that he made against government officials, and he picked up to assist in investigation na lawyer na morakanen ya mawakonya na yanko na yankete na za no korwiwe ne ya wananan ya bacha hinadwen afa ho yanko na yankete lawyer Awuah.
So initially he was detained yesterday. Okay. So there was further engagement, but prior to that we had gone to the National Security, the BNI headquarters at Rage. Okay. Where there was an arrangement for us to see Kofi. When we got here, so initially, he was detained yesterday. There was further engagement, but prior to that, we had gone to the National Security, the BNI headquarters at Rage, okay. where there was an arrangement for us to see Kofi. When we got here, they said we were going to do further engagement. I mean, when we went there, I went there together with the General Secretary of our party, lawyer Justin Kodia, okay. and the national organizer, lawyer Henry Nana Wache. It was then that we were informed that Kofi, the BNI, to do further engagement in Kofi. So at that point, we were asked to come to the Kaokudi regional office. When we came, the engagement took place. Subsequently, they said they were detaining him. They were not going to give him bail, and they were arraigned him for court tomorrow. Right. Upon that, we decided at that point there was nothing, there wasn't much I could do. So we left. And then I granted an interview on Asempa Radio, disclosed. So
yeah, I hope the Nayatse at some Nanachasaka, my lawyer no reckoning. Yamama Akunya stated the full detail of his argument. Then the bitter truth will also express our views on the lawyer's argument, on the lawyer's accusation for accusing the executive secretary to the president, Dr. Calistus Mahama, and President Mahama for being behind the NIB arrest that they effected on Kofi Ofosu Nkansah over his reckless scholarship for sales accusation. And I just want us to listen to the lawyer.
So initially, after he was detained yesterday, so there was further engagement. But prior to that, we had gone to the National Security, the BNI headquarters at Rage, where there was an arrangement for us to see Kofi. When we got here, they said they were going to do further engagement. I mean, when we went there, I went there together with the General Secretary of our party, lawyer Justin Kodia, and the national organizer, lawyer Henry Nana Boache. It was then that we were informed that Kofi, the BNI intends to do further engagement with Kofi. So at that point, we were asked to come to the Kaokudi regional office. When we came, the engagement took place. Subsequently, they said they were detaining him. They were not going to give him bail, and they were arraigned him for court tomorrow. Right. Upon that, we decided that look, at that point there was nothing, there wasn't much I could do. So we left. And then I granted an interview on Asempa Radio, disclosing what has happened and the fact that Kofi was being detained and being given the treatment that was being meted out to him at the behest of the executive secretary to the president, Dr. Calistus Mahama, who was acting for and on behalf of President Mahama. And so whatever happened to Kofi, they were responsible for it. Subsequently, I was called after the interview that the BNI has been directed to review their decision. In fact, when I came to the BNI, it was obvious that they were helpless. I mean, it was obvious that they were acting according to instructions from above. They couldn't answer anything you asked them. In fact, I had stated that, look, Kofi, having been charged, was entitled to bail. And they said it was out of their hands. And so clearly, it was a power above which was directing the BNI as to what to do and how to act. And so it wasn't after they were called out in the interview that they allowed Kofi to go.
Yate, what's the MP lawyer, a member of parliament for the people of Siame, lawyer Awuah, who is representing his clients, Kofi Ofosu Nkansah, after his client made that reckless comment in, now he is accusing the executive secretary to the president, Dr. Calistus Mahama, and the president himself as those behind Kofi Ofosu's arrest. As someone reckoning you that they are the people who are behind the arrest, the picking up of Kofi Ofosu Nkansah. This is his argument, and the basis of which original nakade on Mampenyi Mahama and Nani executive secretary Dr. Calistus Mahama na what takes and on them the means watch sir Kofi Ofosu Nkansah wadura na wakaka sama ontum mfa njinado wotu nsafa na omba no maye omba ya mbua omma bua oye the security agents to investigate the matter. Now some are Yorubisa, a whole lawyer, a member of parliament, a legislator, and a lawyer for that matter there. Sabi Sabio, is it out of place when your client makes or made reckless statement? Scholarship for says allegation against government officials, and he's picked up to assist in investigation. Is it against the law? Is it today that this is happening? And also you are making noise about it, accusing there. What basis in Erica there? The executive secretary, Dr. Calistus Mahama, and Mahama, no what takes it. If we have evidence that they are behind his arrest, and it is the violation of Kofi Ofosu's, your client's fundamental human rights. Wait, when your client is arraigned before the law courts of competent jurisdiction, you go and argue for your clients. Go and put your case out there. As an intelligent lawyer that you are, as an experienced lawyer that you are, go to the law courts and argue on behalf of your client. That is what is expected of a responsible and an intelligent lawyer, to fight for your client. If you think that Mahama, His Excellency the President, as you are alleging, if you think the Executive Secretary Dr. Calistus Mahama has violated the fundamental human rights of your client, and if they are behind his arrest, and you think that violates the laws of the land, wait, when he is arraigned before the courts, you can advance your case. Stop disturbing the peace and the ears of Ghanaians. If you said that it is from above, it is from above. Let it not be there. So Sabio, and your client made a reckless statement. You cannot just go and sit on TV and start maligning people's reputation, denigrating people's hard-won reputation, and expect that you should be let to go because of politics, in the name of politics. You see, let us be mindful that we are developing a nation, not individuals, not a political group, but it's a nation. What is practiced in a matured democracy, let's encourage that. Let's listen to lawyer Awuah.
So that was his offense being given to you guys. This is what he
false news.
His offense was published false
publication of false news.
Was he given what exactly that he published about?
It was the Sumpa TV panel discussion. What he said there. But I find it very curious and very interesting. I mean, I would say curious, very, very interesting, because what it means is that in the future, if we are not careful, we are going to have a problem in our hands where political actors can't speak anymore. Because if you have an attorney general who decides to be very ruthless, then there is the propensity that he's going to go after everyone that makes one allegation or the other against the president or the government, just with a view of sanitizing the system. And that, should tell you that there's the real risk, right? Or there's a real thin line between free speech and then criminalization of free speech. And so we have to be very careful. I would say that there is the need to encourage responsible speech. However, we need to ask ourselves, at what point do we allow certain speech pass? For instance, in this instance, it was a clear case of a whistleblower, right? He must have done it on radio. However, in the interest of the nation, what was required was more cooperation instead of victimization, because the risk of victimization would then result in people keeping quiet, right? And so it wasn't a helpful situation, particularly in the interest of the nation. I don't think it was a good move.
Ask the lawyer again, lawyer Awuah, advancing his argument when the gentleman asked him there, on what charges has been slapped against your clients? Also, publication of falsehood, publication of false information. And yet see, oh yeah, lawyer Awuah, yes, that we must encourage responsible speech. It is true, I agree with you. The bitter truth, this platform, we agree 100% that let's encourage responsible speech, truthful speech. And he went further to attribute what his client Kofi Ofosu Nkansah is being held as crystal blowing. Really, a lawyer, sabi your client sat on a television, national television, to accuse government appointees of engaging in scholarship for sales deals, corrupt acts, and you are describing that as whistleblower. Really? Oh, really? So your whistleblower, lawyer Awuah, can, when Kofi Ofosu Nkansah is arraigned before a competent court of jurisdiction, go and advance your case there. As some of our clients or TV doing so more government officials there Washington scholarship ma onyimibirima wato bininin or a whistle blow no koye. Now it was not unfounded accusation. Onya nkrofo who free na rugu. Name to you and to your thinking and per your laws that you studied in or your whistle blow activity no engaging in. Lawyer Awuah was the work client in the Kojina quarter na kejina otembofo nim na kaka kire ne de asama me clients Kofi Ofosu Nkansah sabi woni nyansemu woni nyimzimu ne onye sumbu na onye kofu won hu fi no kogwe na mum oye hwese blow no ko blow yanko sia law yanko jina law courts enti yenyim isi aya wo man yenzi no kware. And he went on to say that sir nyame ampata free speech, ye encourage free speech, and namona woro tuninen oya namona bia or che or kutia free speech. Da man for benya pepa wabakasa wabachira wanadwe wabaka wanadwen. Yes, we must promote free speech, but it's in the name of free speech na ekobo wano tra bagaya wa bra adwene mbata ho nyansa mbata ho na kana traji gobi no hufia embra wo manum de onyu obezi. You call this free speech when your client sat on television, national television, accusing people, government officials, of engaging in scholarship for sales. You are telling us that is a free speech to you. That is your understanding of free speech. You are a lawyer. That is your argument. Wait, when your client is finally arraigned before competent court of jurisdiction, go and argue before the judge on behalf of your client that he engaged in what? Free speech. He engaged in whistle blowing, not denigration of government officials. Okay? In politics, let's be truthful to one another. let's apply truthfulness, integrity, honesty in our political discourse. Okay? Something that is wrong. It is wrong. No matter where you stand, no matter where it is coming from, no matter who is involved, let truth be told. They said truth is very bitter. It must be told. Nana Danko Akufo-Addo once said, let us be citizens and not spectators. Lawyer Awuah, let truth be told. Your client engaged in reckless speech, reckless accusation of government officials engaging in scholarship for sales. And he said, look, it appears someone powerful is trying to teach my client Kofi Nkansah a lesson. If indeed he is to be taught a lesson, he must be taught so that he learn from it, so that it becomes what? A lesson for him and others. Let truth be told. He is not beyond the laws of this country. If you think that he is being taught a bitter lesson which is against the constitution, his fundamental human right, you're a lawyer, you know what to do, you know where to go. Stop disturbing the peace of this country. Stop disturbing the peace of the states. There are reasonable people in this country, okay, who are watching, who are listening. Look, the head that we are carrying belongs to us. Each of and everyone has his or her own head, and we have brains. Lawyer Awuah, let truth be told. If your client has engaged in reckless conduct, reckless speech, let truth be told without mincing words. And that is the only way that we can develop this country, that we can move this country to have a mature democracy. Let it not be that because of politics all in the name of Amanyasam no korizi bata ho, Amanyasama bu bata ho, Amanyasama periya bata ho, onum na yem promote. Even if it is going to take a ruthless attorney general to go after people to ensure sanity prevail in the system, in our political scene, let it be so. We will support it. Say truth is bitter. It must be told. If today is the first time that you are watching the bitter truth, we are humbly pleading with you to kindly subscribe to the YouTube channel, Ghana News YouTube channel, like Ghana News Facebook. Let's get interactive. Let's hear from you. Remember, it is the bitter truth. Truth is bitter. Kaida jumeza refrenanan or ya no kwar wiwi jumezi. When you first no kwar yaren nakaya kana wanabaka no kwar wiwi yabaka. Yada sida ze wonbe na wodeta ahwe jumezi. For wadun tre unsusui for to comment section nanan bayente wonka na wose nyansa onye baako fo ni tirim. Yada se yes nyame nkro wodo no ntwa no you feel how nyi senemu Kofi bra yeze dwumedi foforo no kwari dwumedi foforo baba wa kwem dwumedi nizina ranye no kwar wiwen dwumedi penyifose no kwar yaren nakaya kana wana baka no kwar win yabaka kaya ho mayanka no kwar nkyɛ yana ho kokoro dem raba ya mputo yɛhwɛ ma ɔmani Ghana na yɛne nyinara yɛne nsaka yɛdase da hwɛ dem dwumedi onyin danin na yɛwɔ ɔkyena nyame unhyira